We are ready, yes. We are ready, yes.
Ready like Freddy.
Yeah, man, like Freddy, man. Yes, I want to build up the live because we're supposed to go on YouTube live tonight too. Yeah, congestive heart failure and heart disease. I want you to share the live, eh? Alright, because I'm gonna show you all how herb that's working and clean up the arteries and thing. You know, clean up the arteries because we won't stay too long tonight, so we want to make sure that we can be able because the program will be kind of lengthy, so we want to try to do the program in 2 parts if we can, because there's so much information in my brain, in my head. Oh, you know what's going on? Oh, you share the live. Yeah? Share the live. Let's soothe on the live now. Levi. Yeah, my brother. Blessings. Tricuspid valve. Yeah. Yes, good night, everybody. Good night. Share the live. This is serious stuff now. We talk about the heart attack, and we're going to talk about we're going to talk about congestive heart failure. I'm going to show you all how I fix my heart, you know. I'm going to show you all how I fix my heart from high blood pressure and stroke. You know what I mean? And they're telling you all the heart can fix. Hey, wow, it's amazing. Anthony Johnson, my brother, blessings. Yes, let's go. We can't stay too long because we have a lot of herbs. We have lots of herbs to show you how to open the vessels and clean up the arteries and prevent hypertrophy of the ventricle, lower and upper chamber of the heart. My nephew is a cardiologist and I learned a lot from him. So I'm gonna teach you all what I learned from my nephew, who is Dr. Daigo Humphrey. All right, to me he's the best cardiologist around. Come, son. All right. Yes, sir. There we go, son. All right, give thanks. Blessings. Yeah, we want to stay too long because we're going to go fast. So share the live and share the live and share the live. Now, see, I did a blood test today. So I went to take a blood test today and I went to take an EKG called an electrocardiogram. And the doctor man said, yo, man, what's up? How old are you, man? I told him my age. So you got a heart like a 25-year-old, man? I said, yeah. Because I take care of my heart. Because we know for a fact that heart is supposed to pump for us till we die. See, the heart is not supposed to give us troubles. But in America, the number one killer of Americans is heart disease. Heart troubles. Over 750,000 people die from heart disease every year in America. Cancer right behind. But cancer cannot even catch up with heart disease and heart failure and what we call a failing heart, a weak heart, you know, ventricular hypertrophy, you know, right and left ventricle, lower upper chamber. See, I'm going to teach you all here now. I'm going to teach you all. And I'll show you some herbs that could block prevent hardening of the arteries and clean up your arteries too if it's all clogged up. Yeah? So the doctor got my blood test. I did a CBC. I did a EKG. I did a urine test. I'm going to show you all what it is, you know what I mean, on Thursday. I don't lie. Come and tell you all it is, right? So come over here, son. We don't want to stay too long because this is a serious program tonight. I want you all to share it too. Now, remember that we're going to talk about the heart and heart disease and congestive heart failure because lots of people have that problem, especially if you are suffering from high blood pressure. If you have high blood pressure, you can get what we call left ventricular hypertrophy. I'm going to tell you what it is. I'm going to show you how to fix it too. You know what I mean? Because I fixed my heart. You know, I fixed my high blood pressure. And I fixed my stroke. So I'm going to show you what I did. Yeah? I'm going to show you a little bit of a secret that I have. I'm going to show you all the secret that I have. My secret that I have. I'm going to show all you. Yeah? But let me go. Now, because the heart is significant and because the heart depends on the kidney, I just want to get rid of the heart and the kidney. Now, remember we said before that the kidney is water and the heart is fire. So if you have troubles in the heart, you're going to have trouble in the kidney. And that's the reason why when some people have what we call congestive heart failure, they have trouble in the kidney too. You see? Because once the heart is weak, it's going to weaken the kidney. And if the kidney is weak, it's going to weaken the heart. So once you have congestive heart failure now, it is very imperative that you try to strengthen or tonify the heart muscle so that the heart muscle can pump the blood to the vessel walls so that the kidney can work properly. So let's look first at the kidney disease and kidney failure. We know what they are already. Let's go to the, let me get a pencil. So. Yeah. Right. Wonderful. We're going kind of fast tonight because we have a lot to show you all. Now, let's go to the renal artery, left and right artery of the kidney. Now, the renal artery, left and right, need blood to go to the left kidney and the right kidney from where? From the heart muscle. So without the heart muscle pumping the blood properly, the right renal artery and the left renal artery can't get no blood. So your heart going to swell. Yeah? Don't forget that. Yeah? The renal vein, the right and the left renal vein now, they're very important too because they are significant in keeping the heart healthy too. And the heart is very significant in keeping the renal vein of the kidney healthy too, because they work together. We just want to show you in perspective, in reality, how they work together. So the renal vein, or what they call the blood vessels, carry the blood from the kidney and from the urethra, yeah, to the inferior vena cava. Yeah? When you reach in the inferior vena cava, which is the largest vein, it carries the blood straight to where? From your lower part of the body. That's what this here does. So if there's not enough good heart health, you'll never have good kidney health because they work together. Right? So the left artery, the renal artery, right artery, renal artery, and the right vein, renal vein, and the left renal vein are very significant in terms of your heart health because they help to pump the blood in inferior vena cava, superior vena cava. So let me go to the heart now. Boom, we go to the heart. Boom. Now let me look at the aortic valve. That valve supposed to pump that blood straight going to the left ventricle. This valve right here. If I'm wrong, tell me, because my nephew is a cardiologist. The right atrium supposed to pick up what? Deoxygenated blood, send it to the right ventricle. This one here, if there is troubles in this valve, call it the trick split valve. If the blood come back and it can't go forward, you have trouble in your heart. You have trouble in the left ventricle. Because the blood's supposed to go from here straight in. It can't come back out. If it starts coming back out, you're going to have trouble in your heart eventually. See? The aortic valve now branch off where the left ventricle is and then the aorta, which is the big vein. We don't want to stay too long. We're going to teach you all how it works. So if you have troubles in that muscle here, you will have troubles in the kidney. And once you have congestive heart failure now, you're going to have troubles where, again, Patrick does, you are going to have troubles in your lung. Because now this here can't work properly. And then you have trouble in the water get here, it go into your lung. And your lung says, hey, Patrick Dells, I am not a goddamn water pump. Why are you sending water to my lung? Because my heart is bad, lung. So because your goddamn heart is bad, you want to send the water in over here? I can't pump no freaking water out. Because that job belongs to your kidney. So he stores the water. And you start getting shortness of breath. You start getting fatigue. You start getting dementia. Because the heart is not working properly to send the blood to the vessel walls. You start getting trouble in the brain too. Because there's no blood to feed the brain. So this guy said, hey, heart. Because he's the metal element. Come over here, son. He's the metal element, and fire and the heart is the fire element. Fire burn metal. So that's what we said before. We create programs for meridian, lung meridian, heart meridian, spleen meridian, kidney meridian. Because the heart meridians, come over here. The heart meridians, the heart meridians are the muscles and the arteries and the nerves. That's what we call meridians. And the meridians of the heart muscle branches off to different parts of the body. You see, to all the parts from head to toe, you can get blood flowing back and forth. That's how the heart works. But when you mess up the heart muscle from eating the wrong foods, because the same foods you're supposed to use as medicine kill your heart. So you have to go and eat the heart healthy foods now to turn around what you did to the heart that's negative to come back to be positive. The heart muscle, that is. Yeah? So listen to this one here. See this here? This is the boss right here, the left ventricle. Now there's 4 chambers. Lower chamber over here. Right ventricle. Lower chamber. right atrium, upper chamber, left atrium, upper chamber. Here how they work, because they all work together and they work with the kidney. So if the left ventricle, which is supposed to supply the whole body with blood, is not working properly, you're gonna have troubles in your kidney. I'm telling all you. Yeah. Now the right atrium supposed to pick up blood, what we call deoxygenated blood, coming from the hepatic vein of the liver, and then you have the superior vena cava, pick up all them deoxygenated blood from the brain and the face, and it sends it into the right atrium, in the right ventricle. And then the right ventricle send it to the pulmonary vein, and the pulmonary vein send it into your lung, and then your lung picks up more passengers, which is oxygen, and he send it back, boom, 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 and he send it back to the left atrium, and the left atrium send it to the left ventricle. You follow me? And it start to move around. So if you have troubles in any one of them, and you have the blood coming back, it can't go forward, you're going to have troubles in your heart eventually, especially if you have high blood pressure. So I just wanted to show you all the connection between the heart and the kidney and the lung, because once the heart ain't working good, you're going to have troubles in the kidney. And if the kidney ain't working good, you're going to have troubles in your heart. And if the heart ain't working good, you're going to have troubles in your lung. And if the lung ain't working good, you're going to have troubles in your heart. Because the heart is the water pump, the kidney is not a water pump. You see, the lung is not a water pump. The lungs are supposed to pick up oxygen, yeah, and throw out carbon dioxide. That's his job. His job is to pump the blood to the circulatory system. See, the kidney job is to remove excessive amount of water. So if you have water coming into the heart, he's not a water pump. He pumps the blood to the circulatory system now. So he can get the water out. Just common sense. Because you have trouble in the left ventricle, you have trouble in the right ventricle, you have trouble in the aorta valve, you have trouble in the valve that make your blood coming back, it can't go forward. So you must have heart failure. I will show you how to strengthen back your heart and fix your heart back naturally. Right? So we just wanted to show you all this, the correlation between the heart, which is fire element, and the lung, which is the metal element, fire burn metal. We wanted to show you the correlation between the heart, which is the fire element, and the kidney, which is the water element, water out fire. So if water out fire, the kidney control the heart. And if fire burn metal, the heart control the lung. So if you have troubles in any one of them, troubles eventually become your brothers and sisters. So that's why I said to you all, take care of the kidney and take care of the heart. And if you take care of the heart, you're going to take care of the lung. Yeah? Next one, let's go to the other one. Heart disease now. You talk about heart disease now. Boom. Now we're going to the main thing now, heart disease and congestive heart failure and weak heart and left ventricle hypertrophy. Let's go. Wonderful, because we know how they work now. Now, this is a normal heart. This is a normal left ventricle. This is a normal right ventricle. Remember that the right ventricle send deoxygenated blood to the pulmonary vein and pick up oxygen, and then come back again to the loop to the left ventricle. This is the most important guy, because my nephew taught me, who's a cardiologist. He says, if there is more troubles in the left ventricle, where you have what we call left ventricle hypertrophy, he said it is more dangerous when you have troubles in the left ventricle than in the right ventricle. Why, Dr. Humphrey? Because the left ventricle is so significant that when the oxygen come back in from the lung and it picks up the oxygen, the left ventricle, must send the blood to the whole body. So it is more dangerous to have left ventricle hypertrophy than to have right ventricle hypertrophy. Don't forget that now. This is the normal heart. Now, this is the heart that have left ventricle hypertrophy. What is left ventricle hypertrophy, Patrick does? Left ventricle hypertrophy is when you mess up your heart so much. With all high blood pressure, the main cause of that too. When you have high blood pressure, numbers are very high. Once you have high numbers, this systolic 200, diastolic 125, your ventricle can never ever take that pressure. So that ventricle starts swelling. And that's a lower chamber of the heart muscle. Once the ventricle starts to swell, you start to get it hard, and automatically you start getting troubles in your heart. You start getting congestive heart failure. You start getting coronary heart disease. You start getting heart attack. you start getting muscle damage of the heart because the left ventricle ain't working properly. So the ventricle must be intact. It must work properly, especially the left ventricle. So when I had high blood pressure, I had trouble in my valve. So I had to go and retrain myself and my heart to function well. So I went to there, took my pressure was 120/80. You understand? I did an electrocardiogram. All my stuff is good. I'm going to show you all on either tomorrow or Thursday, right? Because they went to the doctor. Now look at the blocked artery. Once you have troubles in the ventricle, the left ventricle that is, you will have troubles with the arteries. Once you have troubles in the left ventricle, you will have congestive heart failure. And once you get congestive heart failure, it's going to affect your lung. It's going to affect your kidney, because the heart is so weak that it cannot pump the blood properly. So the kidney that needs the blood to pump the water out of the system, he can get no blood because your heart is so weak. So your kidney starts suffering. And he says, oh my goodness, I'm going to swell your feet and swell your face and swell your ankles. And automatically now the water goes straight into your lung. Your lungs say, oh shoot, I'm going to give you pneumonia. And you get shortness of breath, you get dizziness, you get fatigue, you get dementia, because it starts to affect your mind. And you can't lay down flat on your bed. You must sit up to sleep, because the water is in your heart. Because the cardiac edema. So you can't lay down flat, because once you lay down flat and you have congestive heart failure, you won't get shortness of breath. You gotta get up because the water went to your lung. See? So I'm gonna teach you how to clean them up with herbs tonight. And if you have or know anybody who have it, I'm gonna show you how to fix it. Yeah, wonderful. Let's go to the next one. Type of heart disease: angina pectoris, discomfort and pain, heaviness or pain or pressure in the chest. That is telling me that you have trouble in the heart. Yeah? I never had that yet though. Atherosclerosis is hardening of the arteries, deposit of fatty substances on the walls of the arterial of the arteries, causing them to thicken. Now, once you have this here, this can cause angina pectoris. So this guy here is the killer. Hardening of the arteries, called atherosclerosis. He is the killer. Because once you have this here, you're going to get angina pectoris. Once you have this here, you're going to get heart attack. What we call myocardial infarction, a cause when the blood supply and the oxygen it carries from the lung is cut off, causing your heart to die. And I know 5 people who died from a heart attack already. One gentleman was in his vehicle and he was going to a bank and he had to put his car in park. He died right there. Another brother was on the toilet bowl, having a bowel movement. He got a heart attack right there too. I know about more than 5 people. I'm telling you all every day. And the Caribbean country is full of it now. Full of heart disease. You understand? What is congestive heart failure? Congestive heart failure is a failure of the heart muscle when the heart has been weakened by a heart attack, being unable to pump the blood fully, resulting in blood congestion in the heart muscle. Symptoms: shortness of breath from minimal exertion, or when lying down flat on your back because the water is in your heart and is not supposed to be there and it goes straight to your lung, you get shortness of breath. You see, so I will teach you all how to fix all your heart. I fix mine. You understand? So this here, called atherosclerosis or hardening of the arteries, can cause you to get a heart attack. This here can cause you to get angina pectoris, pain in your chest. And this here can cause you to get congestive heart failure because all them cholesterol and triglycerides and all them big fatty substances from the pork and the oxtail and the beef you eat in the night time, it starts clogging up the arteries and cause you to have high cholesterol. And once you get high cholesterol, you're going to become just like that eventually. Let me go back over here. You're coming just so. Right, see that one here? That's how you're coming. Once you have high cholesterol and you're eating the same old food every day, you're going to come just like that. You're going to start to block the arteries up. And then the coronary artery is supposed to move. You get coronary artery disease now. And the coronary artery is supposed to have magnesium, CoQ10, all the good fats going to the heart muscle. You can't feed your heart these things, and automatically your heart going to suffer. And you're going to get a heart attack. You're going to get heart weakness. You will get left ventricle hypertrophy or right ventricle hypertrophy. You're going to have the blood coming back. It can't go forward because you mess up the heart muscle. See, God is great, you know. God put his heart in our chest to beat forever and ever. Amen. We go again. So these are type of heart disease. So once you have hardening of the arteries, you're going to get angina. Once you have hardening of the arteries, you're going to get a heart attack. Eventually. Once you have hardening of the arteries, you're going to get congestive heart failure. Bottom line, man. Yeah? So I'm going to teach you all now. Type of heart disease. High blood pressure is one of them. I was one of them. I had high blood pressure too. Taking beta blockers, calcium channel blockers, ACE inhibitors, losartan, Zestril, hydrochlorothiazide, Lasix, Bearzide, Atenadol, Nifedipine, calcium channel blockers. They don't do nothing for you. Don't fix your pressure though. Fix your heart eventually. High blood pressure weakens and degenerates your arteries and is a major cause of strokes and congestive heart failure. So I had high blood pressure. My pressure was very high. You know your grandmother died from that too. Okay. Your grandmother died from 2 strokes. Second stroke killed your grandmother. It's my mother. So my mother had high blood pressure. Pressure was high. She got the first stroke, didn't die. Second stroke killed her. I had a stroke way before her. You see? So high blood pressure weakens and degenerates the arteries and is a major cause of strokes and congestive heart failure. So watch your high blood pressure. And once your pressure goes high with a systolic number, it's going to cause you to get left ventricle hypertrophy. It's going to harden the ventricle. And then the blood can't get oxygen. And it can't move to the whole body because that's what the left ventricle does. It sends the blood to the whole body. And once you have left ventricle hypertrophy, you are in trouble. You are going to get congestive heart failure long term. So I'm going to teach you how to take care of your heart. Arterial fibrillation, AFib they call it. And I have a formula right there that will teach you that could fix that. I have a formula that will fix that. AFib. Irregular heartbeat that can lead to blood clots in the lung called embolism, heart failure, and strokes. So if you have arterial fibrillation or AFib, you can also get blood clots that can cause you to have pulmonary embolism, the clot going to the lung. This here can cause you also to get heart failure. And AFib can cause you to get strokes too. You see? I've been through all that already with my high blood pressure. You see? Cardiomyopathy is a disease of the heart muscle. Causes the heart muscle to become enlarged and thick, causing scar tissues on the heart muscle. Causes of cardiomyopathy, changes in the genes, in the heart muscle proteins. Causes of cardiomyopathy is hypertrophic cardiomyopathy from high blood pressure. What causes cardiomyopathy, Patrick does again? Diabetes. What can cause cardiomyopathy, Patrick does again? Thyroid troubles. Trouble in your thyroid gland. Because the endocrine system is very significant in your heart health. Especially the thyroid and the adrenal glands. You follow me? What can cause these trouble, Patrick does? Changes in the genes. Hypertrophic cardiomyopathy from high blood pressure. Patrick does from high blood pressure. High homocysteine levels. Your homocysteine level is high. Your doctor don't check for that though. If you have high homocysteine level, you can get heart disease. If you're not breaking down proteins properly into methionine, you can get heart disease because you're going to have a high level of homocysteine flowing around your bloodstream and give you heart disease long term. You see, what can cause cardiomyopathy, Patrick does? Diabetes. What can cause cardiomyopathy, Patrick does again? Thyroid troubles. Because once you have trouble in the thyroid gland, you could have trouble in your heart. You get palpitation. Yeah, you get what you call arrhythmia, irregular heartbeat. If you have trouble in the adrenals, you can get troubles in the heart, because the adrenal produces too much adrenaline, cause your heart to beat fast. So the endocrine system is significant in keeping the heart healthy too. Let's go again. Did I mark it down? Causes of heart disease: refined processed foods. Refined processed foods. And America full of that. America full of refined foods, refined carbohydrates, refined this, fatty that, trans fatty acids or trans fats, saturated fats, high level of fleshy foods, meat, dairy products, and other animal products, especially eating them in the nighttime. High homocysteine levels, is an amino acid. High oxidized cholesterol initiates the formation of plaque on the arterial walls. Please spell it wrong. Interfering with blood circulation, leading to heart attacks and stroke. High oxidized cholesterol. High oxidized cholesterol. Cholesterol do not harm you if it don't oxidize. But if you have high cholesterol level and it oxidizes because you're eating the wrong foods, and when it oxidizes, it can cause you to have a form plaque on the arterial walls, interfering with the blood circulation, leading to heart attacks and stroke, and even angina pectoris too. Refined foods, saturated fats, trans fats, high levels of fleshy foods, meat and dairy products, and other animal products you eat at night time and go sleep with food in your belly for 30 years. Every night you're eating big meat, a big plate of beef in the night time, you go sleep with that in your belly, and in long term, you're trying to figure out why you had heart disease, because you were not using your food as your medicine. So now I'm going to teach you now how to use the food as your medicine, heart healthy foods, so you can reverse ventricle hypertrophy, and you can reverse afibrillation, because this video or this presentation is for educational purposes. You must go to the doctor. Make sure you talk to your cardiologist, because some of the herbs I'm going to teach, I'm going to show you, they are very effective for these conditions. Wonderful. Nutrients and herbs for the heart. It's essential fatty acids. Fish oil is not bad, but I like flaxseed oil. B6, the B complex, CoQ10, selenium. If there is free radicals in the heart muscle, once you have free radicals in your heart muscle, you must get this here. Must get him, because he is what we call a free radical scavenger that will remove any kind of free radical that is damaging your heart muscle. This guy right here. Folate acid, not folic acid, folate acid. Folate acid and magnesium is very important for the heart muscle, because magnesium is a calcium mover. It moves calcium, not like nifedipine that blocks calcium. They call it calcium blockers. We don't block calcium. We move calcium so calcium can get into your bones. Yeah? Wonderful. Look at the herbs. Now we're going to teach you now how they work. Come over here, son. Let me go over there. We'll teach you how it works now. Now, if you have an enlarged heart, just mark these down for me. If you know someone having an enlarged heart, I want you to mark these down for me, please, and give them so they could get rid of the enlarged heart. Because you can get rid of an enlarged heart. Turmeric, juice it, cat's claw, bromelain, and wood bethany. And you can put some ginger and some cayenne pepper for afibrillation. And I will teach all you. Fix your heart. So when you go get an EKG, you say, oh my goodness, your rhythm is good. Your sound rhythm is good. Oh, everything is perfect. A juice for heart health is 3 grains of garlic, half an onion, 1 stick of ginger, 3 sticks of turmeric, 1 cucumber, 1 stick of celery, 1 handful of parsley, and 1 red and yellow bell pepper. And you juice that every day. If you have congestive heart failure, if you have left ventricle hypertrophy, if you have right ventricle hypertrophy, if you have anything wrong with your heart, a weak heart, you're going to use these juices here. Keep it right there so they could mark it down for me. I'm going to teach you all how to fix all your heart. If your mother have it or your father have it and they have discipline, give them things here. You're going to see now, the doctor will say, what did you do? Wow, your heart is good now. What you doing, man? Oh, man, I'm using some turmeric, some cat's claw, some bromelain, Some wood Bethany. Dig that. So you go over here now, son. All right. Oh yeah. Hit it. Let me show you what I do to take care of my heart. Yeah? Every day. Because I know that my heart's supposed to pump 1,960 gallons of blood per day. Millions of gallons in a lifetime. Even though we get older, this heart, that's why God is perfect. This heart that God put in the hair, the man could come and give you a pig heart, at this heart, it can never ever work like the heart that God put in your system. That's why God is the greatest. In no man on the face of the earth today, no cardiologist can't get a heart like the God, like how God put it in here. He can't. You think what happened? He'll try. He could give you a pig valve. He can give you a pig heart. He can give you one of them heart and make from something. But how long you gonna last with that? You die eventually. You see what I'm saying? But Jehovah God, Yahweh, he put a heart in here and he put it in here to pump forever and ever and ever. Amen. Till you lay down on your bed and you die, your last breath, and it's gone. That's how God created this muscle, this pump to pump forever. Because he did not intend for us to die. And that's the reason why he made us perfect. You see? So he made the heart in a perfect condition to work forever. No troubles in the heart. But we eat so bad, we kill the heart muscle. So we're going to show you now how you're going to reverse your heart troubles. Come on, you see that here? You see that here? I'm going to teach you right now. Ginger, onions, juice them. Now you can take this guy right here and you can make him into tea. So you ain't throwing nothing away. You're going to still take the pulp from him, from these guys, and you can make them into tea. Yeah? And you drink that tea every day. And you're going to see how fast your cholesterol drops. You're going to see how fast your left ventricle start to respond. You're going to see how fast the aortic valve start functioning properly for you. You're going to see how fast your heart will start to come back and pump 1,960 gallons of blood per day for you, man. What? Watch me now. Now, you can take him, yeah. You can throw him, yeah, in a little dark bottle, yeah. But here what I do, I still take. Now this fucking mixture right here is for afibrillation. You understand? This guy right here is for left ventricle hypertrophy. This guy right here with them other herbs is for hardening of the arteries. These guys right here is to unblock your arteries and cause you to prevent coronary artery disease. So I take a pinch of cayenne pepper, yeah, yeah, and I put them inside it, right? So I tell you my secret, right? Yeah, get that spoon and take them up. Yeah. See that, you know? Wonderful. Now, I will take this guy right here and I'm going to put him in a little bit of honey. Yeah. And I will drop him inside here. Yeah. I will kind of cork him up a little bit. And I will shake him up. And every morning I get up, I take a very small teaspoon of him. You understand? Yeah? Every morning you get up, after you say a prayer to the Most High, you take 1 teaspoon of this mixture. If you have high blood pressure, if you have left ventricle hypertrophy, if you have troubles in the valve, if you have troubles in the right ventricle, if you have heart weakness, if you have clogging of the arteries, if you have high cholesterol level, if you have a weak heart, one teaspoon in the morning and 1 teaspoon in the evening. And watch your heart now. Stay from the pork and the oxtail and the beef and the dairy and the ham. Then you put it up in your frying pan every morning and with lots of oil and grease to kill your heart muscle. It kills your heart. Your heart don't like them. That's why your heart rebel on you, because they don't like them foods. It kills you long term. Give you high blood pressure. Damage your coronary artery. Yeah? And clog up the veins at the same time. And give you high cholesterol. So, let me teach you now. Come over here. Now when you're doing that, I'm teaching you now. Watch me now. We unclogging the arteries naturally. Hear me now. Watch me now. See him? You can put him in there, and you can put him in there. Yeah? Unblocking the arteries, air fibrillation, ventricle hypertrophy, weak heart muscle, congestive heart failure. Yeah? I study them and I make them. People getting good results from them. You understand? And you could do that. You could either put it under your tongue, or you can put it in your mixture right there. See right there? You can put it in the mixture too. Do that. Unblock the arteries. Unblock the arteries and prevent plaque from forming on the walls of your arteries, and strengthen them with blueberries and blackberries and black grapes and strawberries together, mix in a blend with some coconut water and drink that every day, and keep the veins strong. And I put it on my tongue. Yeah. 1 squeeze. 2 squeeze. 3 times per day. Or you can mix it with this little guy right here, inside here. And you take that every day. You're going to feel it go in your heart. You're going to feel the heart start to work, because now you are tonifying your heart muscle and you are strengthening your heart muscle. You must tonify before you can stimulate. You cannot have congestive heart failure and want to come and stimulate your heart muscle. It ain't going to happen. You're going to collapse your heart. You must tonify the heart muscle if it's weak. And after tonification of the heart muscle, you are going to use some herbs now to stimulate and strengthen the heart muscle. And this is the herb you're going to use now. Come over here, son. Astragalus. Lots of people feel it's only a herb for the immune system. That's not true. This herb is good for the heart. This herb is good for rhinitis. This herb is good for is good for lupus. This herb is good for scleroderma. This herb is good for rheumatoid arthritis. This herb is good for diabetes. This herb is good for the lung. Any troubles in the lung. But it protects the heart from the Coxsackie virus, and it also helps to what? To deal with heart failure, prevent heart failure. Or if you do have heart failure, you mix this up with this one. Come over here. This one over here, son. This one over here. And that one over here. And you're fixing your heart failure. You're fixing your heart failure. I'm teaching you everything now. Yeah? So astragalus is very significant. I put it in my heart health formula. Fuling. See fuling here? Fuling and fushen. I use them a lot in my heart formulas too. Why, Patrick? Because these herbs deal with the meridians of the heart. They deal with the meridian of the lung. They deal with the meridian of the kidney. And they deal with the meridian of the stomach and the spleen meridians. And once you have the meridians working properly, then the heart will work properly, because the heart now won't calm itself. The heart is not going to rest no more. It's going to calm itself down. And when the heart is calm, you can now tonify the heart muscle, and you can now stimulate the heart muscle. We don't give you a drug forever and ever. Amen. We fix your heart, and then after we fix your heart, we take you off the herbs, and then we make you keep the heart healthy by diet. Because that's what I did. So, Fuling deals with the heart, lung, stomach, kidney, and spleen meridian or channels. Fushen calms the heart and calms the mind, called the Shen. Right? The herb, and they kind of tonify the heart muscle at the same time. So we are dealing with tonification of the heart muscle. If you have congestive heart failure, or if you know someone who have a weak heart, we tonify the heart, and we prevent viruses from getting to the heart muscle. If you have heart failure, Dankui is not only a herb for women. Dankui is good for women if they have fibroids. It deals with uterine circulation. It shrinks fibroids. It gets rid of ovarian cysts. It also helps women who have PCOS. But it is also good for congestive heart failure, because it moves the blood. And this herb here called danshen or salvia root, you mix them together with this here and that here. Oh man, you can fix fibrillation, you can fix a failing heart, and you can fix your congestive heart failure. But because doctors were not taught those things in medical school, they give you a drug called digoxin or linoxin, same drug, that comes from an herb called foxglove, for when you have a failing heart. And you have to take that for the rest of your life with all the side effects that drug give you long term. You see, I'm going to teach people. Lily of the Valley. Lily of the Valley have certain chemicals that is good for the heart. But you have to be very careful using Lily of the Valley, because Lily of the Valley is like foxglove. Some certain chemicals. It's what we call the digitalist plants. Lily of the Valley work like digoxin or linoxin, same drug. Come from a drug called foxglove. It deals with a weakness of the heart failure, irregular heartbeat, called arrhythmia in the medical system. It helps with epilepsy. This herb here called Lily of the Valley is for epilepsy. It is good for people who have trouble urinating. Now, but it is very important for a weak heart. We call heart weakness and heart failure. So we can add another herb there if there is water in the heart, called BRWM, broom. Because broom acts as what we call a diuretic for what we call cardiac edema, water in the heart. Because once you have water in the heart, because the heart is not a water pump, he cannot pump the blood properly because the water is there. So we use some diuretics to move the water from the heart, and we tonify the kidney at the same time. And while we are tonifying the heart muscle, your heart muscle now start pumping the blood through the vessel wall, the aortic valve. Blood goes straight, can't come back. And then you start to get blood going to the kidney, into the inferior vena cava, into the right and left arterial vein of the kidney, in the right and left artery of the kidney. And then the kidney say, oh my goodness, now I'm strong enough now, I can push the water out, because now the heart is functioning better, and I'm getting blood from the heart now, so I can do my job of pumping and moving the water out so that you don't get sweating of the feet and sweating of your ankles and sweating of your face. God is great. And that's why he said that the herbs shall be for the healing of the nations. Let's go to heart and leaf and flower. And berries and fruits. This is the fruit. This is the leaf and the flower. This is the berries. Leaf and flower and berries. Heart weakness. Heart pain when you have angina pectoris. It tonifies the heart muscle. If the heart is beating too slow, heart and leaf, they bring it up. If the heart beating too fast, it slows down the heartbeat. If the pressure is too high, heart and leaves and flower bring it up. If the pressure is too low, it brings it back up too, man. We call it amphoteric. Don't forget the word amphoterics. But this herb also prevent plaque from forming on the walls of your arteries. It gives the heart a stronger contraction. This herb here with the fruit and the berries and the leaf and the flower. This herb here drop your cholesterol. This herb here, heart and leaf, flower, berries and fruit, is one of what we call the most important herb for the heart. It strengthens and tonifies the heart muscle at the same time so that the heart muscle can throw off the goddamn sickness that you have. Look at the next one called fleece flower root. And I use this herb in my mixture. This guy right here. See me? See him there? Huh? Heart health. I use him in this mixture. Why Patrick does? Because he prevent hardening and he prevent narrowing of your arteries. Fleece flower root prevents hardening and narrowing of your arteries. So if you have high cholesterol and the high cholesterol oxidizes and causing your arteries to become clogged up and causing your arteries to become hard like a rock, this guy right here will help the arteries, prevent the hardening of the arteries, and he prevents also narrowing of your arteries and strengthen your heart muscle. He strengthens it so that your heart muscle now can pump the blood through the vessel walls. And once that happens now, your left ventricle will work better. Your right ventricle will work better. The aortic valve will work better. The coronary artery will flow better. You see? And feed your heart what your heart needs, which is what? CoQ10. And magnesium. And folic acid. And taurine. And L-carnitine. But if your heart is weak and you have coronary artery disease, how are you going to fix? How are you going to feed your heart nutrients? Because your heart needs nutrients now. You see? Come over here, man. See? Now, if the heart is enlarged, we give you another herb called butcher's broom. If you have high blood pressure and the pressure is too high, and it's damaging, making the heart muscle get enlarged, we give you butcher's broom mixed with these herbs. And if you have high blood pressure and you want to calm the heart, we give you a herb called mother's wort or bogleweed if it's coming from the thyroid gland. So if you have thyroid troubles and you have what we call an overactive thyroid gland and your T3 and T4 and your TSH is inadequate and your heart has to pump the blood too fast because the thyroid is all messed up now, make your heart palpitate, we give you bogleweed. You see, if it's affecting the adrenal glands, we give you schisandra berry. See, if it's a virus, we give you olive leaf. You see, so circulatory system, see, vitamin E, cayenne pepper, horton, garlic, vitamin E, cayenne pepper, horton, see? Wakanuna people, aged garlic. That's what you need. See? So you have to look at the herbs. So what we do is, watch me now. We come over here. And we put them here. Watch me now. In a pot. Remember we said before, you have to boil the roots and the barks. Put them in a pot. And then we boil him. Yeah? We boil them. Yeah? And after we boil them, yeah, we cover the pot, we boil him. After we boil him now, we take the flowers and the leaves, and we throw them in there after 20 minutes. And we simmer it. You understand? And we drink it 3 times per day. And you stay away from all them pork and them ham, greasy food, eating at night time. And eat the healthy foods. Go to your watercress. Go to your watercress. Go to your sea moss. Look at them there. See, I have them? Have them in water. See watercress? Have it in water. Eat it every day. Minerals. Sea moss minerals. You start feeding your heart. So how come your heart cannot respond to you? And you're taking your healthy heart and your circulation formula and you're blocking your arteries and you're moving quick, and all the man who have penis troubles, you see your penis start to get hard like a rock. Son. Yeah. All the men who have ED, penis falling down. Then you do so, you go inside, you drop down the road, you can't function. See him? You pick him up. Because now he's cleaning your arteries up. And you're making him stay up like good. You know what I mean? When you're not weak. Because everything is blood flow. You see? Yeah? So, it's not about old age and you're past 50 already and you can't do this and that. How much young brothers have an ED? Most young brothers in the 30s can't get an erection? Huh? Why? Why the young brothers can't get an erection? Because they heart bad. Bad heart. Because your heart is significant in your erection, in terms of your penis. So if you can't have good heart health, how you will have good penis health? You can't. Because all the vessels and the veins have to be clean. In order for that blood to get into the penis and the penis stays hard, you have to have good blood flow. And that's the reason why when you're on high blood pressure pills, you can get an erection, because the pills kill your penis too. Because it slows up your heartbeat. And anything slows up your heartbeat, your heart will never function. You see? So you have to have good heart health. You must have the heart pumping the blood to the vessel walls. And you must have them clean properly. You see? And don't get high blood pressure. So if you have a weak heart, or if you have a failing heart, make sure that you talk to your cardiologist. And if he's open-minded, he will let you do like the cardiologist like in Texas, you see, who is very wise, and he's showing people who did his program, and the blockage is gone. It can happen. Even my nephew, Daigo Humphrey, is changing the way he thinks, because he's a heart surgeon. But he listens. And he says to me, "Uncle, do you know how many people in Oklahoma have heart disease?" Lots of Indian people. Native Indians. Full of diabetes too. And that's factual. So if the #1 killer of Americans is heart disease, it's telling us that something is that's wrong to our heart muscle. We abusing the heart. We're not taking care of the heart muscle properly. You see? So you have to take care of your heart. And I just showed you a while ago. Juice your ginger. Juice a piece of garlic. Juice a piece of... I'm not talking about Dr. Cindy with no garlic. I don't want to hear that. Do not come on my live and talk about no Dr. Cindy with garlic. Don't come on my live with... I don't want to hear that tonight. Please. And block my flicking arteries. I don't want to hear nothing about Dr. Cindy with... Dr. Cindy with no garlic. I know you're turmeric. I don't want to hear that stuff. Go to Dr. Cindy page, man. I'm telling you what. Juice your onions. Put a little bit of cayenne pepper. Put a piece of lemon. Juice it. You know? Put some honey. Drink that every day. Use some nitric herbal co-vitamin nitric oxide. Open the veins, the vessels. Let the blood flow. You know? If you have left ventricle hypertrophy, meaning the ventricle is hard and it can't send the blood to the whole body, you start getting congestive heart failure. You start to work on your ventricle. You start helping the pulmonary vein to send carbon dioxide into the lung. Lung picks up the oxygen and come back into the loop again. Left atrium, left ventricle. And then you start feeding your ventricle now. What is supposed to be fed? Herbs. Wood betony. Ginger. Onions. Horton. Fleece flower. Astragalus, hot and leaf and flower and berries, danqui, And you're going to see how fast your ventricle start to work for you, because the left ventricle is the most important one, because it sends blood back into the whole system. Not the right ventricle, it sends out back all blood. But the left ventricle, he pick up oxygen from the atrium and send the blood all through the whole body. And that's why my nephew said to me, if there is air hypertrophy in the left ventricle, it is more difficult for the person to survive, because the left ventricle is so significant in pumping the blood all through the body. And then you're going to get congestive heart failure. And once you have congestive heart failure, you have blood all over the heart muscle. The heart muscle say, oh shoot, I'm all congested. And water can't go nowhere, because the kidney say, oh, my goodness, the renal vein say, oh, I cannot get no blood. And the renal artery say, I cannot get no blood from the heart. So I am going to keep the water in your system, and I'm going to chuck it back into your kidney, and your feet will start to swell. And the doctor give you some diuretics, because he cannot fix it, man. Like that. He can't fix you, because he was not taught in medical school how to repair your congestive heart failure. But there are white doctors out there now who's doing that. So you want to go to my program, talk to your doctor. You understand? Take that. Take that, man. God put earth on the earth for everything. There is no incurable disease. There are only incurable people. And a lot of people don't have no discipline. You cannot eat in the night time if you want to fix your heart. You can't. You can't. Tell me what happened. You want to fix your heart? Stay away from food in the night time. The night is for resting. And when you're resting and you're sleeping is when the body is healing. Your body don't heal when you're running around all day. But once you put your head on your bed and you start to snore, your body starts to regenerate. Everything starts to regenerate. But if you have a set of meat, beef, and oxtail in the night, which take hours to digest, sitting in your digestive system, how you going to fix your heart? You can't. You can't do that. See, so you have to relearn. You see? And not because you're young, meaning you will have no troubles. You're getting there. All the young people want to come and play. Oh, he's young. Could you tell you, man? I know that to be eventually catches up with your ass. Eventually, I'm telling you all. You get 30 and 40, you're trying to figure out why you have high blood pressure now. Why you have troubles with weak heart. Why you have kidney troubles. Why you are going on dialysis. Why? Because you're messed up when you were younger now. Tell you. I knew because I did it at 32 years old. We just had a 36-year-old brother came this morning with heart attack. Had a heart attack at 36 years old. Puerto Rican brother. See? But we changed around his dad now. Changed around his dad. His wife came with me, my wife. Puerto Rican people. I'm saying, but I don't care who you are. I'm saying with everybody. Black, white, pink, yellow, Jews, so-called Jews, Russian Jews, that's with everybody. You know, Muslims, I don't care. Because you're sick. You see what I'm saying? And the brother was 36 years old, had a heart attack. At 36 years old. So we have to learn how to take care of this in your chest right here. Because God put it here to work forever and ever and ever and ever and ever. Not to be blocked up. You got the herbs, mark them down. And we're going to be creating another program now after June. I'm back in Grenada. We're going to Grenada, I think it's Saturday or Monday. And we're going to go Trinidad. We're going to Trinidad. Keenan Monroe is in Trinidad. We're going to Trinidad. We have Roger in Canada. And we're going to Trinidad and do a little seminar in Trinidad. We're going to promote good health to people in Trinidad and Tobago. And we're going to go to Canada when they live the vaccine. We're going to go to St. Lucia. We're going to go Antigua, Gaston Brown. We're going to go to Dominica. We're going to go to Guyana. Anyway, we're going to spread the message. Because people are not educated about their health. And they were taught the wrong way. So you have to start thinking a different way now. You have to start to think different. To keep yourself healthy, because when you get older, it catches up with you long term. All right, son. Thank you, son.
A lot of people want to ask you some questions, I think.
All right. Yes, ma'am.
That'll be a great thing to answer.
Some grocery stores have watercress. I get it from the Whole Food store. So you know.
Somebody wants your number. Somebody wants to know where.
Alex, my brother, love you. Might come to Trinidad soon, my brother. You know, be setting up a little thing in Trinidad. Yeah. I think Keenan Monroe when I'm back, I think I'm back in Grenada on Monday or Saturday, I believe. I got my passport back. So we might be in Trinidad in June. We're working on that now. I'm having a big seminar over there, okay? Yeah. Well, once they lift the vaccine mandate in Canada coming, because I don't want no vaccine. So, you know what I mean? Yeah. How do you cure what, bro? Yeah, once I'm invited to Guyana, I'm gonna come. We have a whole set of hi Sophie, good night. We have a whole set of travels to do. We have to go to the Maldives. The Maldives is down by Malta. Down there, we're gonna go to the Maldives after Ramadan. Then we're trying to go to Ethiopia, the Netherlands. We're gonna try to go to England in August, I believe. Jamaica is in September. We think we're going to Boston in July. We're in Philly in July. We're in Atlanta in June or July. We're in Florida or in Orlando in July, I believe. And then we're going to Chicago, and we're going to spread the word, especially in the black community, because black people full of kidney disease and full of high blood pressure, you see. So I come to them first. I go to black people first. I don't care what nobody tell me. I love black people. I have love in my heart for my people. I love everybody, but I go to black people first. You see what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Because the same Christ that the Christians follow, he told his disciples, go first to the so-called Jews, and then you could go to the Gentiles after. So he wasn't racist though, ain't it? Right, so I go into my people first, because we are the ones that filling up the dialysis center. We are the ones that full of high blood pressure and diabetes. We are the ones that having kidney disease and kidney failure and high blood pressure. So I go into my people first. I love my people. I have nothing wrong with that. You know what I mean? And we have to have love among ourselves too. Next question, Mr. The questions. Brother Tyson's going to be in Philly. We're going to put it up on we have a poster. We're going to put it up there, and then we're going to let you know when we're going to be in Philly, okay? But I think we're going to be the Black Noble Bookstore, I believe. It's a store that only sells black books of our people. That's where I'm going. Yeah, wonderful. Yeah, Brother George. Good day, George. Good night. You need to come to Barbados. Yes, we are working with hotel holder to get to come to Barbados. Maybe sometime in June or July again also, before I come back to New York. And yeah. Yes, Joseph, love you too. Yeah, we're gonna hit all the Caribbean countries soon, because Clotel is a very, 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 very knowledgeable person too in terms of herbal medicine. She does Chinese medicine in Barbados. She's gonna be well known. Trust what I'm telling you. She's gonna do a lot of stuff in Barbados eventually. The number is 888-496-4770, and you ask to speak to Angel on Hand. Or Ambrosia is 718-469-0985. Ask to speak to Ashanti. 718-469-0985. Ask to speak to Ashanti. That's my brother from another mother. And the number is 888-496-4770. And Miss Hatchet, I'm having your products together because the label's back now. So before I go to Green, I'm going to make sure and get your stuff organized, okay? All right, wonderful. All right. Birmingham. Yeah, we coming Birmingham, boy. We coming Birmingham. Yeah, we coming Birmingham, England. In the black community. You know what I mean? I don't like to fly for that long, but I'm sacrificing to come to Birmingham. Then we're going to go to Odog. Odog, my brother, is going to bring us to in the Netherlands. After the Netherlands, we're going to go to the promised land called Ethiopia. Yeah, we're going to the motherland, not the dark continent, the motherland. Ethiopia, man. We're going to teach our people. Yeah, bless the love to everybody. Yes. Yeah, don't forget you'll have to take care of your heart, because the heart is very significant. And if you have all these trouble in the heart muscle, eventually you're going to get high blood pressure, you're going to get heart weakness, and you are going to get congestive heart failure. Okay? Yeah, the number is my number is, well, I had to answer the phone because I'm so busy all day. 631-530-2329. But to talk to me faster, it's best to go to Angel on Hand. And her number is 888-496-4770. Because, the more busy I get, it's going to be harder to get me. You know what I mean? I'm trying to make myself available as much as I can, because I'm a very simple person, And I go hook up a homeless man and a homeless woman and kiss them up. I don't scorn anybody. I'm humble. You know what I mean? But it becoming less accessible now for me, because the work is very hard and it's a lot of work. So if you can call that number 888-496-4770, Angel on Hand will make you talk to me a little faster, okay? Yeah, bless and love to everybody. All right, so we are in, we might be in Florida. I think is Saturday or Friday, and we're going to go to Grenada on Monday. All right. So don't forget to go to the website. It's PatrickDellsHolisticHealing.com, and don't forget to see this product right here. See him? See him? See? He'll sell out fast, and people getting good results from him because they heart getting better. Cause I know what I'm doing. I make good. I don't make garbage stuff. You know, I make good stuff. I take my time and I make them. It take me weeks and months to make them. You know, it's a lot of work, but I know what I'm doing because I have a lab and I work with a biochemist. So I look at all the chemicals in the plants, what they do, and I know what the main herbs are, what is assistant herbs are, what the supporting herbs are. So I don't sell garbage stuff, you know. So I make stuff. I make stuff that work, you know. And this one here, see it? I use it every day. Keep your penis hard too. If you have ED, yeah, use this. If you want to keep the platform forming on the water of the arteries, you gotta use this guy right here. He's bad for days. But it takes, remember that everything that deals with circulation takes long-term use. So don't forget I said, long-term use is indicated. If you have troubles in your heart, you cannot fix it in 1 week. You cannot fix it in 2 weeks. If you have trouble in your penis and you can't have ED, I have impotence, you cannot fix it in 1 week. You cannot fix it in 2 weeks. Don't make the woman laugh at you. You understand? You have to take your time and use the herbs. After you use the herbs, you start to clean up your arteries, and then the woman will say, "Oh my goodness, yes, you're good now because now I could feel it in my vagina because it hard like a rock." There you go, man. And then 1 week or 2 weeks, you know what I mean? Take months. If you want to fix circulation, it takes 2 months. If you want to fix neuropathy, it takes a long time. It don't happen like that. But you have to change your diet because my things here, they come with change of diet and change of lifestyle. So if you don't want to change your lifestyle, don't buy my stuff, man. But if you want to change your lifestyle, yeah, you buy it. You understand? Because when you go inside that vagina and that woman feel the thing, she say, "Oh God, you're bad." God damn, boy. I'm telling you all, you know. When she feel that thing coming in, all the time you're soft, like you're soft, you're only falling down. She said, "What's going on?" Because your penis in right, your heart in good, you have high blood pressure, you're taking all them drugs, and the woman crying out every day, and you can't even make her come because your penis can't get inside my vagina. Boy, I go on, boy, what cheat on you, boy? I give you 2 months, boom, boom, boom. You're going to take Patrick Bell's thing, boom, boom, blah, 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 and you go after a while, you go and you say, "Baby, come," and she comes, she say, she feels it, she say, "What? You going down?" "Boy, you going down." And she started hold it tight, and she said, "Put it in, boy." And you put it in, and you jam it, and she said, and no, she said, "Murderer, boy." Patrick Dell's thing bad for this. I tell you. You don't have to do nothing else. Because your thing rock like a rock, 50, 60, 70 years old, you're still running, you're still handling. You know, I know she gonna love you more because, you know what I mean, you're making her feel good. You're making her come 3-4 times. And yeah, baby, you're rocking it down the road. Yeah, you're good, baby. Yeah, baby, you're hard like a rock. Where you got a thing from Patrick Dells? I will tell my friend husband to get the same thing, but oh God, Patrick Dells thing bad. Yes, and you're gone, you murder, right? Dead like a bat. Why you murder that all night? Take that. Because the heart working good now, you're strengthening your heart muscle. You know what I mean? You're strengthening your heart muscle. Don't forget that. Tell all you know. Try it and you go see. And you go see how your man, all the men who try my thing, they getting good results because they follow my program and they do no right. You know, the woman loving them back now. You see? Yeah, baby, I love you now because you make me feel good. Don't forget, you have to make your woman get an orgasm too. You understand? Don't go and lay down on the box and come in 2 and 3 minutes. Make sure you make her get her orgasm first, and then you can get yours after. You understand? Having a good night. Don't forget the number is 888-496-4770, 718-469-0985. Ask for Ashanti. 631-530-2329. The website is PatrickDellsHolisticHealing.com. And don't forget, we're supposed to support each other and love your neighbor as yourself, and love that God with all their heart and all their soul and all their mind. Blessed love and good night to everybody. Give thanks. The next program we're going to have is going to be on diabetic neuropathy and diabetic retinopathy, eyes and nerves, and how we gonna fix you if you do have diabetic neuropathy and diabetic retinopathy. Wonderful. Give thanks. Blessed love to everybody. All right. Your love, man.